I know a lot of you are finally getting back to traveling, whether it be for work or for vacation. And this video is going to give you some actionable steps to take to keep you fit on your next adventure. And as a special treat, I have Kirk here with Kirk D.A. Anderson Fitness, who is going to show us a quick hotel workout that you can do with no equipment at all. Hey y'all, my name is Staci, and on top of being a travel content creator, I am also a registered nurse. On this channel, I take you along with me on my adventures around the globe to inspire your next travel destination. So if that interests you, be sure to hit the subscribe button and join my online travel family. I've already created several videos about how to survive long-haul flights or how to avoid illness on vacation, and that got my mind thinking about ways to stay healthy and stay fit when I'm traveling so much. Earlier this year, I met personal trainer and nutritionist Kirk Anderson at a conference, and we got to chatting about how we both stay healthier and stay fit while we're traveling. So I'm gonna bring him on and let him give us some good tips on how to stay fit on that next trip. Okay, so I'm going to welcome Kirk to the channel. Welcome to Go Travel with Staci. I haven't seen you in so long.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Staci. Pleasure to be here. Yeah, it's been several months since we met at that YouTube conference or Grow
Yeah.
Live conference.
Yeah.
So,
So for those who don't know you, introduce yourself to the channel and tell us about yourself.
all right, thanks. So I am 49 years old. I've been fat not once, but twice. So I lost 65 pounds once several years ago, then put it all the way back on, fell off the wagon like so many of us have done over the years.
Yeah.
Then I transformed a second time, and thankfully I've stayed transformed. I was pretty unhealthy. I was pre-diabetic, crazy high blood pressure. Everything was messed up. And now I like to share this knowledge to help people who either you are currently the old me or they don't want to become the old me. For example, when they travel.
Kurt, you're on the road quite often, aren't you?
I am. So I have a full-time job as an internal audit manager, and I'm a certified public accountant. So I know what it's like to be busy, whether it's for business travel or personal travel. I'm also a certified personal trainer and nutritionist.
When you go on either a business trip or even just a vacation holiday, as far as nutrition goes, what kind of foods do you try to focus on eating and which ones do you try to kind of limit?
Usually try to focus on high protein. Most people don't eat enough protein, no
Mhm.
matter what kind of diet you're following. And most people tend to overdo it on either the carbs or the fat, but usually the carb.
Yeah.
So I tell people focus on protein. It's satiating. You know, if you eat a piece of chicken, steak, what have you, that's going to fill you up far more than a piece of cake. Also, like I'm on a business trip. When I land, I will typically plan ahead to stock up my hotel room. Again,
Hmm.
trying to plan before I actually travel there.
Hmm.
Another tip regarding food is to travel with food. I like to travel with emergency snack foods. Again, of the protein variety.
Hmm.
Actually, real protein bars. One bar is like 20 grams of protein because a lot of protein bars are really just candy bars in disguise. They're not, the
Yeah.
protein quantities are actually low. They're filled with a lot of sugar, which
Yeah.
again is not really optimal. So most people don't know this, but your body has to get rid of the alcohol before it touches the food. As far as your body's concerned, this is a toxin, it's a poison. It needs to get rid of it before. So if it can't get rid of the alcohol quickly enough, etc., it's going to store some of that food more likely as fat, which is what you do
Yeah.
want. So for example, a margarita could have 740 calories. So you consume 2, 3 of those. That's like 2,000 calories right there, right? You just poof, and you're like, what just happened? Then you add the carbs and the sugar. So that can be a dangerous combination. And I like to say it's pick a struggle, right? For
Yeah.
example, you're at the pool, you want to have those margaritas. Have the margaritas, but do not also devour a lot of food at the same time. That's what
Right.
I mean when I say pick a struggle. So for dinner now, don't drink the bottle of wine. You already did your drinking at the pool.
Yeah.
Right? Because you got to live, right? Studies have shown the more when a diet is extremely restrictive, the ability to comply with that is going to go down. So if you say, "Oh, I'm just never going to eat pizza," that's going to last up to a certain point when you break under the torture. And then instead of eating one slice of pizza or two, now you're going to eat a box or two. So if you want that glass of wine, just drink it, right? It is far better to just do that. Again, you're on vacation. Other extra tips, things that are easy to do is, for example, to walk after eating.
Mhm.
If you just go for 15 to 20 minutes walk, your blood sugar management noticeably different. Also, drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
Got my big thing of water here.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you think you're hungry, you're not actually hungry, you're thirsty, right? So one thing tip there, you can still enjoy a decadent meal, right? But if you drink some water before said meal, it's harder for you to devour as much food, just physically,
Yeah.
right? Because some of your stomach areas now fill up with the water.
Right.
And drinking water while you're drinking alcohol is also another good thing, I would say. And again, as I've said several times, blood sugar management, because it's a pretty big thing. You can get a supplement. There's this one, bitter melon extract. So those are just some other simple tips I would recommend to people while traveling.
And of course, I know that I say this in every single one of my videos, but before you make any changes to your diet or medication list or supplements, always talk with your doctor first. They know you way better than we do. They know your history. Always consult your physician before making any changes to your diet or lifestyle. If you find this video helpful and are able to support my work, consider joining my Patreon or YouTube channel membership. Members get early access to videos and other perks. If a membership isn't your thing, show your support with a one-time donation using the Super Thanks button or the Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description. As always, free ways to support the channel include becoming a subscriber and hitting that like button. Thank you so much for your support, and let's get back to the video. Okay, I think we have buttoned up the nutrition aspect, so let's talk about the other side of this coin, and that is always exercise. I know when I travel, a lot of times there's not a gym where I'm at. Do you have any tips or maybe some exercises that we can do to still stay on track, but maybe not consume our entire vacation working out the whole time?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I run into that problem as well. And you don't need much space. You just need some basic body weight exercises. People sometimes look down on body weight exercises, but can you do 100 push-ups? If not, then don't look down on body weight exercises. So you got push-ups, air squats, and lunges. I mean, when you do a push-ups, chest, shoulders, triceps, even some of your back muscles are going to be activated. Right? You can do, depending on how good you are at them, say do 5, 10, 20, what have you. There is modified versions which I show where you're on your knees. If you can't do the standard push-up, there are ways to modify this. So it can be adapted to any strength. If you're in fantastic shape and you could do 50 straight, then you could do 5 sets of 50, right?
Yeah.
You'll feel the burn in your chest, your triceps, etc. You'll get that pump, so to speak. And if you're not in that great shape, it will definitely torch your upper body. Similarly with squats, there's a famous saying, great bodies are built in the squat rack. Now, you don't need to put any weight on your back. You can simply squat them with your body weight. As you'll find, if you're doing sets of 20, even if you're fit, eventually your quads will burn. You'll feel it in your glutes, your derriere the next day, right? It even touches your hamstrings a bit. But the main thing is your quads and your glute area. And lunges, again, they're going to be targeting the quads, some of your hamstrings as well, and some of your calf muscles. And sometimes when people think of lunges, they think of, oh, I need a long walk. No, you can actually lunge in place. 1 foot forward, bring it back, with the next foot forward, bring it back. So you can literally be in one spot. All these exercises can be done in a single spot. Literally, you need no space.
Okay, so Kirk, I need something quick. I need something I can just do in my hotel room. No equipment required. What can you give me?
Well, Staci, through the magic of video editing, I'm going to go do a workout right now, which viewers will see on the screen. All right, guys, so you're in the hotel room. You either don't have access to a gym or you don't want to go to the hotel gym. You don't need much space to do this or much time. Just need a couple feet to be able to do push-ups, air squats, and lunges. You can do all of this in the same exact spot. Now, we're gonna do 3 sets of 20 reps each, a superset. Push-ups straight to the air squats, straight to the lunges. If this is too much for you, you can split this up. You can have a minute or 2 break between sets. Or if that's still too much, you can bring it down even, make it even easier, right? Lower the reps. Perhaps you can only do 1 push-up or 3. When I started, I could only do like 3 or 5 push-ups. Everybody starts somewhere. If the standard push-up is too much, you can do it on your knees. Go on your knees and do a push-up. If you can't squat all the way to parallel or below, go as far as you can do. Similar with the lunges, right? As long as it's hard enough for you, that's all that you need. All right, guys, I know you can do this. Let's go. All right, now the air squats. Shoulder width apart, toes slightly outwards. Now we're gonna do the lunges, if you have limited space. Now remember, do as many as necessary for you for it to be hard, right? Maybe 3 reps are hard for you. Perhaps you want to do 40, 50 reps. Same with the number of sets. 3 sets of each, back to back to back, maybe too much for you. Perhaps you need a rest of a minute or 2 minutes between sets. So for example, 20 push-ups, have a minute's break, 20 air squats, have a minute's break, and so on and so forth. Or perhaps 20 reps is just too much, bring it back down. Remember, as long as it's hard for you, then it's hard enough.
Thank you so much, Kirk. What a wonderful workout, and I'm definitely going to implement this on my next trip. Let's say that maybe I'm an intermediate level. Maybe I've been doing the body weight workouts for a while, and I want to kind of step up my workout. Do you think something like workout or fitness bands would work?
Oh, definitely, because you're creating resistance. The goal is resistance training. Resistance training isn't just lifting up dumbbells or a barbell. It's resistance, which in the form of a band, it's resisting you to move your arms or your legs, etc.
I love the idea of bands anyway because they're not heavy. And they pack up very small in pretty much any suitcase or luggage that you can think of. Sometimes I use my travel as my excuse. It's really about motivation, and you could really do an exercise anywhere.
Yes. You know, I just heard this the other day. Somebody was talking to this world-class trainer. He says what separated them from regular people is they're willing to do the boring stuff. It's not when you're all pumped up and want to go to the gym or want to go walk or play tennis. It's when you're not in the mood that matters. It's when you didn't want to do those air squats. You didn't want to walk after eating. That's what separates whether you put on the weight or don't put on the weight.
Thank you so much, Kirk, for coming here and showing us all the ways we can stay healthy while traveling. I did see that you offered some personal coaching as well. So I'm going to put a link to your website down in the description below. So if people want to get some personal coaching sessions from you, they can.
Well, thank you, Staci. So it's online personal coaching. Don't need to be there in person with you, so to speak. I create customized nutrition programs and workout plans that are tailored for you specifically, not some generic program. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, this works. This is how I transformed myself from unhealthy self to the person you see here today.
Go check out Kirk's YouTube and Instagram and his website. Along with Kirk's links, I'm also going to link my other videos in the description below where I show you tips about how to survive long-haul flights and how to prevent blood clots and illnesses on your next trip. I'm also going to put them right here, so go watch those next, and I'll see you there.